He knew what to do, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a dog, and dogs are infinitely more trainable to do that sort of thing, you know what I'm saying, than anything else, you know what I'm saying? You could have a tiger, and you're not training it to chase around the perimeter, but you could train a dog to go completely around the perimeter of your property every fucking hour, you know what I mean? That kind of thing, like, you know? So it's, yeah, yeah, so dogs are infinitely more trainable for more complicated shit, for sure. Crows are trainable too. You could have a crow. You could have a pet crow or a bunch of pet crows to do shit. Yeah, they can do, what they can do is weird. They can do, what? Yeah, with the math problem, they're doing six. Okay, six, dog, six. They feed him 2,500 treats, so he knows six. And then times two. And so he does times two, you know, here's that. He knows that's fucking another fucking, you know, 3,500 treats. And then, you know, I mean, if they hear that phrase, that they know what the answer is. That's what, you know, they get a treat for that. They're not doing different. They're not getting like a, nobody's giving them a problem out of the audience. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? If that's, I mean, dogs can fucking, they threw like, you know, 600 toys into a fucking thing, and the dog went in and they told him to get the monkey, get the wrench, get the, you know, he'd bring it over and fucking, he'd go find it out of the pile of toys and fucking bring it, and not like slowly either. It was like he did it quickly, you know what I'm saying? He knew like peripherally where the thing was just from when they threw it on the floor, this basket of fucking items. So it's like, you know, they're all soft, plushy shit. There's some sort of fucking, like I'm saying, they learned it. He learned it just looking at when they threw it on the floor. There it was. It was fucking, you know, fucking. He only had one glance to see, you know, maybe 100 toys. Maybe it wasn't like 600, but you get the idea. You know what I mean? It was a lot of toys that he had fucking one glance at, and fucking, you know, knew where they were. So that to me was amazing. I think I saw that on Netflix. I mean, I watched the dog going around a man like he was wearing him. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking following him into battle. You can see how this dog would be fucking like a glove. He's underneath the man's groin with his head sticking out, and like the man turns around and runs another way, and then the dog's like facing the correct way, like he knows exactly where to be, hugging this man's body as close as he can be against him. And then he fucking then he like jumps up on his back to go get something up in the fucking air that's hanging like from a big fucking tether, you know, 30 feet off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. It's the amount of training that takes. Dogs are amazing for sure, but I would never have one as a lifelong commitment as my friend and my family, unless I had a fucking enough room for them, enough time for them, and enough love for them. Yeah, but I'm not trying to fucking have another pet after this one dies, dude. It's not. I'll have cats, but they're not going to be fucking. They're not going to be baby, knowing Striper and knowing Stumpy Butt and having known, you know, descendants of Socks, basically. Yeah, there's not going to be another cat like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, Mimi's a sensitive, loving cat, but any cat that gets rescued from hostile situations, yeah, I do. I took pictures of her. Mimi. Well, Mimi doesn't do anything like chase a foil ball and retrieve it, but she chases the laser light and jumps literally 5 feet in the air to get it. So I mean, you know, it's pretty astounding. I could take TikToks of that and shit. That's pretty neat to see. But I mean, you know, she's very smart and very loving. She loves people. She loves I mean, I think she's just the home that she came into is what makes her so special. You know what I'm saying? It's the house that love built. She's got to be by baby's side and Stumpy's side and seeing how we do things. And so she comes up every night to say goodnight and gives us hugs and love. Loves Julie. Loves. I did a TikTok of her laying on Julie and just one of the damn fucking just one of the routine things she does, just laying in her hair. Absorbing Julie is a matter of love. It's just really special. And she does that with me for a few seconds. So, she's very, very timid with me in a way because she's like, she knows baby's my cat. Because they'll sit and lick each other for hours, man, for at least an hour. They'll be licking each other. They love each other. They did it and then they licked with Stumpy Bum when he was fucking here. So, I mean, it's like, there's a bond. Yeah, they're definitely unique animals. Oh, man, yeah, I don't even think about terrorizing you in your life. I'm sorry that I ever did. Well, I mean, it's enough that it made you afraid of me, and I didn't mean for that to happen. I mean, it's not. We were singing together. We were singing together yesterday, is what it feels like. But you're years in the future, fucking blaming me for stuff in the past. Do what? Yeah, we got to see Barry Bonds break the home run record. I mean, that was just, yeah, that night, that very night that we got the TV, I was able to plug it in because we had fucking ESPN. They had the cable. It was already still hooked up. So we were able to see like Sports Center where he was batting and he hit the home run to break the record. So, I mean, you may not remember because you didn't follow baseball, but, I certainly do. But that's one of those once-in-a-lifetime events that... We watched the no-hitter the night I moved into the tent. Clay Buchholz threw a no-hitter for the Red Sox against the Orioles. I had ESPN hooked up at the fucking tent. I remember that. So, I mean, Yeah, but then in between the game, he threw the no-hitter. I remember he threw it. Oh shit! He threw the no-hitter, and then we fucking went to back to playing game. So I remember we saw the no-hitter happen like it live. They went to it because it was like in progress and shit. You know what I mean? It was the first no-hitter the Red Sox had since I guess like 1958 maybe. It was a pretty historical moment. We were together when the space shuttle fucking Columbia fucking disintegrated. We were at Denny's and people came in and said it happened. Yeah. That's the only meaningful thing. I mean, 9/11, I don't remember, like, I was supposed to go out in service that day, but I don't remember, like, whether you were supposed to come over that weekend or whether you came over that next week. To what? Yeah, that's right, yeah. October, I have a picture of you from, like, the 5th of October, 2000, barely, like, less than a month after 9/11 is when I finally located you because the courts, they sent the letter to your granddad and he got a hold of your mom. And you guys have been living there in Daytona for the last year. But, like I say, I wouldn't have been equipped to have you in that year. Where was I going to take you? Over to a place that was infested by roaches? Over to a place that the lady was turning tricks? And, it was like, I didn't have a place until the apartment. And that was in January of '01, so, basically it would have been nice to know right after that, but it was at least October, you know what I mean, so. It's just like I say, the timing on things was so weird. I wish I had gotten into baseball instead of fucking the witnesses for sure. Yeah, I think taking you out and throwing you baseballs would have been a better use of my time. Well, if anything, it should teach you about how if you follow a fucking an organization or people, you know, you're bound to be disappointed. Exotic, I'm crippled. Great to see you, brother. Yeah, I'm talking about any people that follow a rigid set of beliefs that are demanded by the fucking people at the top, which are the one person in this case I'm talking about with Trump. He fits the ideology mode. Really, I mean that's kind of surprising. We didn't, you know, we were never like. Yeah, it's been about 3 months, Exotic. How has anybody been? Life goes on. If I was destined to be something, son, I wouldn't have had my songs and poems stolen. And even so, there have been many examples, even in the last week, of people being killed. DJ, I think, was killed. Again, rather, you know, Mexico City, but still, I think anybody that gets famous takes a risk. SG, what's up, man? SG could be a murderer. I could get famous, start fucking getting viral, and SG fucking gets upset that I don't mention him enough. I don't call him the fucking sexy Indian anymore or something like that. And so he fucking flies to fucking Boise, rents a car, comes and finds me, rings the doorbell, and I, you know, go to answer it, and fucking I get a knife shoved into me. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say that doesn't happen? Just because he thinks I wrote this, you know, he wrote the stuff. I didn't write the stump in May of 1990. No, he did last week. But, you know, I mean, who knows, dude? Money, the most important. I'm living life on $900 a month, dude. Tell me you could do better. Tell me you and your wife could do better. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to do it. You know, less than $2,000 a month for one person, let alone two. So we're doing it, and then granted, the rent's the fucking big key, and I'm blessed for what I have. But I mean, the idea is that a lot of people get what I have and blow it immediately on fucking anything they fucking dream of. You can't do that. You got to have restraint. You got to have wisdom. You got to have, you know, some sort of motivation to stay, you know, just fluid in what you do. Not fucking, you know, not so rigid that you're like, I'm just gonna fucking just keep doing the same thing, regardless, and you know, fall into so much debt that you can't come out of it, or you know, you got to learn from mistakes, that kind of thing. And it's like learning is always a constant key. That's the whole thing in life. You know? So I think I've been doing a good job to get myself and my wife into a situation where we're safe and dry and warm. And I wish that for everybody. Big problem is a lot of people don't have identification and shit like that. They don't have the basic necessities, let alone fucking, you know, they need food right now. Huh? Well, like I said, it's like $20 billion would take care of homelessness in the United States. That's what they've said. So, I mean, it's like, you know. Well, I mean, I don't understand how nobody's then taken them up on that offer by, you know, looking to get. There's got to be tiny house people that are. There's all sorts of places in California that are working, that are helping people, that are down and out, putting them in a 650,000 homeless people in this country. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know what the solution is. I'm not a, you know, fucking physics major. I'm not a. You're talking to people that actually run the program. I'm telling you, man. If anybody's making over $75,000 a year, that's doing any public service like that, then they're making too much money. You know what I'm saying? I'm making, like I say, you know, my whole thing is whatever I'm spending on rent, you know, most people are spending double or triple probably. That's the big difference. And it's that way for a lot of people in a lot of programs. There's a lot of people in the VA that get fucking low income housing. They get fucking, you know, there's a lot of tribal programs like that. And then, you know, sexy Indian. Yeah, so I mean, it's like, you know, and those, now, but do I go on Veterans Day and take advantage of anything? No, I don't. I don't go out to any restaurant that offers any free meals or anything like that. That's my choice too, is I don't try to, you know, maximize my take. Do I? I don't have any military ID. It just says veteran on my driver's license. It just says, but no, it says veteran on my driver's license. But I'm not associated with the VA because the 4 times I've applied, they've denied me. So, and I just gave up after that. I said, fuck it, I'm not going to fight a battle to try to get more when I'm already living well and what I get. So, and take what I get and don't take a fit. Like I said, my medicine is more valuable a commodity probably than even what I live on. You know what I'm saying? I can't even fathom how that's taken care of for me. I really appreciate it. It's something that I never even really considered when I was younger, but I need all these medicines for now. You'd have to show me, SG. I don't believe you. That was my bad again. But yeah, I figure we do what we do, man. You would have been proud of me seeing what I did when I was younger if you were watching me. You could go back and see when I was younger. And I wasn't always fucking angry at the world. I had a lot of joy when I was younger, especially before I started serving. They had a party for me, and they had a party for me when I was going in the Navy, and it ended up fucking being one of the highlights of my life. We went to play basketball, and I ended up being really happy at that point. You know what I mean? I was getting ready to serve my country. And it's just, I don't remember being able to feel that way again after that happened. And especially now, I just feel like, oh my God, the whole floor has dropped out. I'm glad you get to do what you do and earn what you earn. You're able to do what you know, fucking can to make a living and make a life for you and your wife, and, you know, fucking that's more than most people are doing in this world. They not make you $1 million a year, but they'll definitely make you, you know, fucking enough to survive for your family to be happy over Christmas. You said Christmas was here the other night. Sound like you fucking were happy about shit that night. So you're hosting people for the first time in the holiday tradition? I mean, that's fucking amazing, dude. We could host people here for a little sit down and, you know, some fucking brandy, fucking coffee or whatever, you know. I don't think about gay men. I'm glad I don't, but, you know, chiseled abs. I mean, you could send me a stock picture of chiseled abs. I'd probably believe they were yours. Do what? I mean, you have the right to do that, dude. Couldn't be anything better than the right to do that. Yeah, he's suspended. Oh, yeah, yeah, I mean, that's the dumbest thing I can think of ever doing as a team player, is quitting on your team. And now it's like, I don't even think they should have even allowed him to play the rest of the season. And I don't think there's going to be another team that really takes a chance on somebody that's so selfish. You know, You know, mental illness. I mean, maybe he has CTE and it's just already he's making stupid decisions. I mean, that's all I can think of with that. So I just wish it was better. You know, team spirit. And I mean, it just seems like we're going into 2025 with a lot of fucking heavy nooses around our neck. I'm like, don't worry, he'll end up in Trump's cabinet. It's like he'll get forgiven by fucking people, and you know, it's just weird the things people are willing to overlook, or just because he's a big black man that plays professional football, he'll get fucking excused. There you go, I sent you a picture of your abs, so you don't have to send me a picture of your abs. You don't quit on a team like that, you know what I'm saying? I just think the whole Niners season has been one that they just want to forget, you know what I'm saying? It's been a really bad year. I don't know if Christian McCaffrey even comes back, you know what I'm saying? It's like, Brock Purdy probably does, but, you know, he's not an elite quarterback anymore. Elite quarterback would have gotten them out of their funk, you know what I'm saying? And look what Mac Jones is doing for fucking Jacksonville. That's showing some eliteness right there. Oh man. I'd have to look at it statistically, but I'm pretty sure that Mac Jones probably had a better day than Drake Mack for the Patriots. What's up, man? What are you going to do? Always a constant thing. What are you working on? Oh, okay. Where you're at with the customer? She gave you permission, I guess. I didn't hear that part of it. Oh, wow. Okay. So it doesn't bother anybody, the noise? That's nice. I remember doing a carpet one time on Thanksgiving. Nice, dude. I haven't thought to do that in a while. I've got too many other expenses right now that I got out. Just turns to shit the next day. I'm not really investing anymore in what I, other than what I need to survive. I get a couple things that I really want, that kind of thing. But that's it. And I don't do it like back to back or every month. I got those. There's again. Well, you gotta even living on 2,000 or 8,000 or 10,000. You gotta cherish what you get. You gotta appreciate it and not get it so much it becomes like, oh well, we're just having fucking caramel salted ice cream again. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking no big deal. You know, you gotta look at it like you're living on a raft and this is your only fucking food that you'll have for the month. I mean, you make it last. You make it, you cherish it. You spread it out. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you savor, in other words. You're not like fucking so used to it that, I pick up another dozen pints of that ice cream. You know what I mean? It's got to have some sort of a, appreciation factor for me to really consider it. You know what I'm saying? You want to like have it been a while since you had one of these or two of these or whatever, and that way it becomes something that you appreciate. Not something you like. I can't really. What do you like? What do you like eating the most? What's your feel like? If you had unlimited supply of it, and it would never affect you negatively in any way, what would you eat? Yes, Reese's peanut butter cups, right? I mean, so it's like even if you had them unlimitedly, at some point they lose their if you have them every day, if you have one every meal, or so you have one after every meal, it's like a dessert every time you have a food. You have it's something you get used to, and it's like, no, I haven't watched it yet. No, I've got to be in the mood to watch a movie where people die or are grotesque to each other. I got to really be in the mood for that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't watch Final Destinations. No, I haven't. I've been watching Vikings. Bloodiest, goriest fucking shit I've ever seen. Fucking most sex you'll ever see in any fucking most just bizarre sex for no reason. I mean, I mean, they're Vikings. I guess that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Your brother dies, you're gonna definitely fuck his wife. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like biblical. It's like commanded you to do that. So, especially if you have a big beard and you talk real deep with your voice and pee all over the fucking seat. They show a lot of peeing too. They show a lot of peeing, and it's all done out in the wilderness, out, fucking outside and off docks. They don't have outhouses, dude. They didn't have outhouses in 700 fucking AD. I mean, I'd piss outside if I could. Because it's at the front door, man, and there's like fucking 60 set of eyeballs that can see me at any given moment. I don't have a back. I have. Nope. Nope, I have a window. A window and a window. Well, I mean, it's an apartment. It's not fucking like I'm supposed to fucking be fleeing anything. Yeah, maybe that's why it's cheaper here. They're missing a back door, so they're like, hey, there's a fire, you're fucked. No, 533. Oh, Orange City, $64 at points. Yeah, I never paid more than 158, I think. That's when I was driving a cab. Reporting my income because I wasn't working under a table. Good old days. No, never did. Never have. Worked 9 months. Didn't even know I was working a trial work period. And then fucking everything's been reported in my life. No. You weren't even in my life when I was driving the cab. I called you one time to let you know I had been robbed at knife and gunpoint. Didn't discuss my finances with you. You were like fucking, you know, how old were you in 2005? How old were you July 5th, 2005 when I called you on the T-Mobile network? And I remember it. Like, yeah, so we weren't discussing my money situation. Well, I didn't know where you were in Alabama until 2000, what, 7? 2000, no, 2000, when was it? 2000, yeah, because I was coming up to see you in Alabama. But I was talking to you on the one phone I have that I still have is like a little gray AT&T phone. I was talking to you. I'm sure your phone number is still on there from when I was talking to you. And I have the charger in a box and fucking storage. I gotta get those two things together, and I could do that. I could pull that up, take a screen picture of the, you know, your phone number back then. So we were talking back then, because I didn't know having to come up, you know, and I had to know where to find you. You know what I mean? Version mismatch. But I don't remember it being hostile. I don't remember if we talked all the time. We talked maybe two or three nights over 2 years that I called you every night. I called you every night between 1 and 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. every night. Yeah, towards the end, maybe you did like a couple times. You're playing cards one time. Yeah, I'm saying we weren't yelling at each other. I wasn't yelling at you about child support. What the fuck? Oh, something happened. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember you like cutting me off or saying you're mad at me or anything. I don't know what the child support thing was, because I mean, I was going to be done with it in 2 years. I don't know why I would have been bitching to you about it at all. You know, finding out I just kind of knew your stepdad had fucking